Dundalk TV is with Senator J.B. Jennings, and we're in Annapolis, and the red flag bill was voted on today, or was brought up today. And J.B., what did you think about that bill, and where it's at right now and where it's heading?
So it passed out of the House several weeks ago. It's been in the Senate chamber, but it's actually been the Judiciary Committee's had possessions of it, and they've been negotiating and debating it, offering amendments. Where it stands now, they're still working amendments, but as it came from the House, the big concern was the bill in its original intent was to have a licensed clinician, such as a psychiatrist, be able to step in when they believe somebody is a threat to society, to be able to, on a short term, take their weapon so they can be evaluated. But it also included the terms or any other interested party, which doesn't mean you're a licensed clinician. It means anybody. It can be your neighbor, an ex-wife, a spouse, an ex-spouse. Anybody can make a claim and have your weapons taken. That's a major concern for people. That's what they're working out in the Judicial Proceedings Committee right now. So it'll probably be out on the floor probably tomorrow or Thursday for us to vote on.
Yes, and the other part is how long they're going to keep the guns and things of that nature, the process, the details. So, okay, and you had another bill that was very interesting to you.
So a bill I had put in dealt with school resource officers after the tragedies we've had in Florida and Southern Maryland and schools, that would require and mandate that all schools have an armed school resource officer. Right now, the bill is still stuck in committee. I hear they're working parts of it with another committee's bill to talk about it, but there's no mandate at this time. I think when it comes to safety, school safety, a armed police officer is the first step that we need to do. It is without question. When you look at some of these incidences with police there, they're quickly ended and lives are saved. Why shouldn't we have these police officers in our schools for our children? So many of the high schools do it now, but we want to mandate that all have to do it. With regards to middle school, some are doing it, but I think all should be doing it. Same thing with elementary school. You know, we spend a lot of money right now in the state on different things. All we're doing is adding one extra person to every school. You know, think of how many janitors or secretaries all these schools have. Adding one extra person, it's worth the money to protect our children.
I fully agree. And what about the counseling aspect? Because when I talk to people about issues like this, they're always talking about having someone there for the kids to talk to. And as we all know, what happened in Florida, the FBI dropped the ball because they didn't listen, and a lot of other people did as well.
The incident that happened at the Texas church, the Air Force dropped the ball on that one. You know, they kicked that gentleman out of the Air Force, but they never relayed the information to the FBI. Then, of course, as you said with Parkland, that young man, the FBI had it. They never followed up on it. So there's multiple issues that need to be fixed in this whole process. And this is just one school resource officer. It's just one leg of it. You've got communication between agencies, FBI, local police, mental health authorities, where they all communicate to each other, as well as having counselors inside the schools be able to talk to these kids when they have a fear that, or another fellow student has a fear about somebody's actions, that they can go to somebody and have that person talk to.
Okay, now your district is what is your district? What is the boundaries?
So I represent Baltimore and Harford County in District 7. So I have the entire eastern portion of Baltimore County from Middle River all the way up the east side, all the way up to the Maryland State line.
Okay, so if someone has an issue, how can they get in contact with you?
Call the office 410-841-3706.
Well, thank you very much, JB, and just keep up the great work.
You got it.